Hey guys, Josh again with the second insane level of Action Henk hardcore hooks. This is a little bit longer than the first level in the insane pack. About 47 seconds was my time. If you can follow this to a T, you should be able to get gold no problem. Otherwise, you'll do well enough to at least beat the bronze metal replay ghost, which would be enough to unlock all the level packs. So I'm going to play through here at full speed so you can see the entire level in its wholesome goodness, and then I'll go again through slow motion with all the obstacles so that we can talk about each one of them individually. Now this level, I do like the hook shots. A lot of people don't enjoy them and think that they are a little bit too unreliable and the physics behind them isn't so sweet. I think that they have a lot of room for people to improve and make it a lot easier for newer players to catch up to some of the better ones if they haven't mastered the hook shot entirely. This obstacle right here is not one of my favorites at all. It took me a long time to get the hang of it, and then as soon as I got it, realized that I was just an idiot for not being able to figure it out sooner. So we're going to get into slow motion mode here. One important thing for the entire level is to remember that if you were trying to swing around an entire loop, what you need to do is hold the button left or right that you would be holding if you were at the bottom of your swing. So if you want to swing counterclockwise, you need to hold right the entire time, even when you're at the top. And if you want to swing clockwise, you need to hold left the entire time, even when you're at the top. So we should begin into the beginning here. This first obstacle is kind of ninja-esque. What you need to do is jump as soon as you grab that hook shot, and then whenever you can, really go grab this square with the hook, and you should swing all the way around. And that's when you're going to want to turn around and grab the rectangle piece up top, and do the same thing up there so you're back facing right after the rectangle. So you're going to do two U-shapes around both of these. After that, it's just a matter of grabbing onto the ceiling at the top and swinging yourself inside this trap of goodness. And you'll see right here, you can just grab on really whenever. I think I cut it relatively close, and it's not skill, it's not me practicing for hours and hours. I just got a lucky shot, and it's probably as close as you can get. And you'll see that you grab onto here. It doesn't really matter when, as long as you don't hit that slope, and it'll shoot you inside. And right here, you're going to have to pull out one of those tricks that you used in the levels earlier on, where you grab onto the upper ceiling instead of the one that is closest to you, and that'll swing you inside this little cave. And again, not skill, I just got ridiculously close to that little barrier, didn't hit it. I got one little extra swing in here, which probably saved the day, to be honest. And you're going to want to get into the swing, or the slide of this horseshoe shape as fast as you can. Again, of course, sliding the entire way. And you do jump at the end of this, and what you're going to need to do is grab onto this little diamond-shaped thing at the bottom and try to swing up. And the sweet spot for letting go of the swing is when you're parallel to the ground perfectly. Now, if you let go before or after, you can jump off of the right or left walls respectively, like I did. If you need to, you can jump back and forth between the walls, and you'll jump off the top of this right side, and that should be enough to get you over onto the inside. Again, not perfect, but if you're just trying to beat the bronze medal, it should be totally fine. So if you've got this momentum going over the top, then all you really need to do for this one, this giant chasm here of emptiness, is grab onto the square towards the bottom of your swing. It looks like I'm at a maybe 35-degree angle from a straight line down, and then swing, and again let go of that sweet spot of what would be 0 pi or 2 pi, speaking in radians, of course, and that should give you enough speed to get on top of this little loop here. And again, I cut it pretty close there, but that's it's fast enough, and you can perfect that to get more than enough speed to maybe even clear that whole thing. I'm not entirely sure. Now, I'm not really sure what I did here, to be honest with you. You're gonna see me grab onto this block with the hook and swing around 3 times, some sort of Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz kind of magic. And I tried to let go at that sweet spot right there on the 3rd turn and shoot myself up, and realized that it wasn't enough momentum to get myself up to the top. So instead of going with this tiny little loop here that I thought would help, one more swing after this one, excuse me, you'll see me let go and shoot up as high as I can. Think about jumping off the wall and then decide not to do it. Turn back to the left and then grab onto the square again. And this is when that counterclockwise, clockwise arrow key thing comes in handy, because you're going to try to get an entire loop all the way around to build up as much speed as you can. So you'll see me grab onto the bottom side of this, maybe the right, I'm not really sure, to be honest, we'll see in a second, of this obstacle, and get very, very close to doing an entire loop all the way around. Now, I'm not going to make the loop, but it gives me enough speed to turn around the other way and hold right. And all the way around the loop, I should be holding right. I think I tapped left for a second just to see, kind kind of how it would affect my momentum. And again, you'll see me getting really close to the full loop here, and I'll turn back around, and you want to hold right the entire time, and I'll do one whole loop, and then I'll let go at that 90-degree sweet spot and clear the obstacle with plenty of room to spare. So obviously still holding on to the hook. You're going to swing down, hold right, don't forget, and just go as fast as you can. This does build up momentum for you like a little kid pumping on a swing. And I'm sure the microphone loved those P sounds there. So I will make this whole loop here. And right at the 90-degree or 0-degree, whatever you want to call it, spot right here, I'm going to let go, and it'll shoot me straight up, getting pretty close to the wall, and I clear this with no problem. So coming on to this next obstacle, very Call of Duty-esque. You're going to have to jump off the front of it and rappel back in like you're, again, in Call of Duty, rappelling into a window on the side of a building. So grab onto this, when you're about 40% of the way to the obstacle on the right that you see coming up over there, turn back to the left and grab onto the upper half of this thing, this strange shape here, and try to swing right into the little opening down there. Now it's big enough that you should be able to get it within a few tries, still fast enough to beat the bronze medal, and slide immediately. You can either slide straight up the wall and then jump down onto the treadmills, or you can do what I did and botch the whole thing and just jump whenever. And as long as you still get on those two treadmills up there with a little bit of speed left, you should be able to blast over to the next track, no problem. So again, I do think sliding would be better, and then jumping as soon as you even out and hit parallel to the ground again. So you can slide through these, you can run across them, not a big deal. Jump at the very end, and you'll hit this track over here. Next obstacle is a little hard to explain. What you're going to need to do is use your hook on this, this L-shaped box thing over here, and swing into the bumper box in the upper right, and try to get the curve of this loop in the process. Not easy, gonna take a few tries. I don't think it's necessary, but it helps you a ton with the next part of the obstacle. It'll shoot you out with an equal amount of momentum. You slide all the way down, and then jump as soon as you hit an even, flat surface. Slide all the way down this bad boy, and jump at the very end of it to get as far out there as you can. And this is, you're gonna need a lot of speed for this. You'll know if you don't have enough, but I still consider, I mean, I would recommend trying going through as many times as you can just to make sure you've got all the speed you need. And you'll, again, let go at that sweet spot, and if done correctly, you should have more than enough speed to clear this bad boy. You can get up into the upper left there, but I don't think it's possible to get onto this part as it stands. So that's Action Henk Hardcore Hooks, the second level of the Insane Pack. Let me know what you guys thought. If you need any more in-depth help with an individual obstacle or something like that, or any other levels in the game, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you with the third level.